I just feel like,
Overwhelmed.
well, no, I feel like there's a better way to do it.
I don't mean to burp.
Well, there's a reason why, so,
So,
my blog,
let me
And
do this, okay?
just because I do it different doesn't
my
mean.
blog is called,
Um,
I'm a 29-year-old redshirt freshman. And I don't know if people know what redshirt freshmen are. So last year was my freshman year with them, all right? And they actually came to me in January and said, okay, you're ready for year 2, do you want to go? And I was like, no, I'm staying in year 1, and I feel like I have not learned everything I needed to learn. Like they were ready to give me $1,000 speeches and stuff like that. I wasn't ready for it. But the reason why is because these are the lessons I hadn't learned. I haven't learned any. I literally had to set my pride down this year and be, okay, yeah, I can make money. But by sitting out this year and watching and really observing, like I've subscribed to YouTube. There's something I just did where I actually do, for my academy, I do a video every week, every Sunday now, like those things. And I'm like, man, I really wish I would have listened last year and done this word for word because I wouldn't have to take this year over. And I think with all of us, and I'm going to say it, they won't say it because they're modest, that's the difference between David Scadam, Peter Fermenti, and us. Okay, we come in, we set our pride and our egos down, and we literally let these men change their life. When I came to him, I was broken 2 years ago, and now I'm married with a child on the way, I own 2 businesses, and that wasn't because of me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. All right, and so I think when it comes down to what we have to do, the only thing is when I went through this, they did the same thing to me, stopped me, and I wanted. There's just nobody in the room. That was the cool part. So what you're going through is the same thing we've all went through at least 3 times, at least. And they'll probably get me somewhere later on this year. They're going to get both of us for something that we've done. But like they say, it's out of love, out of that. And
I totally believe that.
Yeah. And just I think we all see the greatness in you and that story. Like that story, I agree, is right up there with your story of getting shot. You know what I mean? And like you said, I understand where you were trying to go with it and everything, but I think you're still going to get that same effect even more with putting in, what they're asking you to do. And that's just my personal opinion.
Right, but I need help at this point. That's the problem.
You got your speech, right? You got your speech. So keep that. Do not change that speech.
Well, that's probably going to be in a book.
We're going to morph it really well. Okay? We're going to morph it well. Y'all, I want you to know something. I live in the Gallatin Valley, which is just due north of Yellowstone Park. In the town of Bozeman, where I live, there is a run that happens every year. It's a 20-mile run. And there's only a certain amount of people that can take it. I think that right now the registration is at 200. 200 people are allowed to run that 20-mile run. It's called the Jim Bridger Trail Run. It's through the Bridger Mountains. The trail run sells out in 15 minutes. It's a world-class event. World-class runners run that race year after year after year, just so they can prepare themselves for what they're going to do that year of running. Now, I want you to know something. I got into that run. My marriage was on the rocks. I just lost a job that I love. I was on the rocks. Literally, because I'm going to do the red run. And it's at 10,000 feet, and we run the ridge of the Bridger Mountains, 20 miles at and above 10,000 feet. Not a lot of fun, not a lot of grace, but it's a blast. I ran that race drunk. Now, how stupid is that? 20 miles, 10,000 feet. Are you a drunk? Hell no. Common sense tells you if you're going to be running with world-class runners, you're not drunk. You're not prepared. But that's where my life was at. I want you to know that even today, 7 years after that race, I still proudly have the scars from that race. I don't drink anymore. I learned that lesson, not quickly, but I did learn the lesson. You want to know what it's like to be hungover 3/4 of the way through a race at 10,000 feet, right around mile 16? Talk to me after the meeting. I will share with you what it's like to be hungover running a race. You want to know what it's like to go, what I like to call pitch pole, and those that are you that sail any kind of sailboat at all understand what a pitch pole is, which means that you go end for end, not sideways, end for end. I will tell you what it's like to pitch pole off of a ridge of a mountain, running when you stub, hook, catch the back foot, and you're expecting that foot to be in front as you land. It's not there, and guess what? You and whatever's below are going to meet. It could be some high country cactus. It could be some sagebrush. And you want to know what's really sad? People climb up to the top of those ridges to cheer you on. And you know what? You want to look good. You want to look graceful. Because look at me. I am good looking. Not so much when I'm on my way over the pitch pole into the cactus, into the sagebrush, into the rocks, into the dirt. There's no graceful way to do that. Not when you're tired, hungover, recuperating from a wonderful night out. You lived that story. You were with those people. You were there in Sacagawea's parking lot when the race started, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were there with them as everybody went that first foot forward. You lived that story. And you know what? Your crowd really wants to hear that story. And that's what you have to get to, is literally puke it out, puke it out, puke it out. And be willing to puke it out the 5th time. Because maybe it's the 6th time that you puke it out one more time is where that gem is. And that's why I always really encourage y'all, record everything. Because how many times have you spoke the best and you didn't record it?
I know,
All the time.
so,
That's like 3 times.
Yeah.
So I honestly, though, I'm not trying to argue with you, but I think I probably am more comfortable as a writer, but I don't think I should be writing first. I think I should speak first, then transcribe, and then speak that, because
And
I
that's
write
what
so differently than I speak.
And that's what me and you coming over here on a lark, and I'll record it and I'll put it up on YouTube for you, and then you write it.
Yeah, because I think I get myself really screwed up by
Go
writing,
ahead, shut that off.
because I can't not.
Because what happens is Tom sat with me